Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I will give you the summary of The Richest Man in Babylon. The book in 3 sentences will be: number 1, save at least 10% of everything you earn and don't confuse your necessary expenses with your desires. Number 2, work hard to improve your skills and ensure a future income because wealth is the result of a reliable income stream. Number 3, you can't arrive at the fullest measure of success until you crush the spirit of procrastination within you. Now, this is my book summary of The Richest Man in Babylon, written by George S. Clason. My notes are informal and often contain quotes from the book as well as my own thoughts. This summary also includes key lessons and important passages from the book. The 7 simple rules of money. Number 1, start the purse to fattening, save money. Number 2, control thy expenditures, don't spend more than you need. Make gold multiply, invest wisely. Number 4, guard the treasures from loss, that is, avoid investments that sound too good to be true. Number 5, make of the dwelling a profitable investment, that is, own your home. Number 6, ensure a future income, that is, protect yourself with life insurance. Number 7, improve the ability to earn, that is, strive to become wiser and more knowledgeable. To bring your dreams and desires to fulfillment, you must be successful with money. The laws of money are like the laws of gravity, assured and unchanging. Money is plentiful for those who understand the simple laws of making money. Babylon was the wealthiest city in the world at the time of its height because its people appreciated the value of money. You must constantly have an income that keeps your purse full. It costs nothing to ask wise advice from a good friend. It's simple to say, but many people never achieve a serious measure of wealth because they never seek it. They never truly seek it, focus on it, or commit to it. Youth often assumes incorrectly that the old and wise only have wisdom about days gone by. You will only begin building wealth when you start to realize that a part of all the money you earn is yours to keep. That is, pay yourself first. You always pay others for goods and services. Pay yourself as much as you can. Save money. You should save at least 1/10 of what you earn, more if you can afford to do so. Don't take advice on finance from a bricklayer. Go to people who are experts in a particular subject if you want expert advice. It's too easy for amateurs to give out advice. Build for yourself a mountain of gold first, then you can enjoy as many banquets as you wish without worry. Don't spend your money as soon as you earn it. Surround yourself with people who are familiar with money, who work with it each day, and who make lots of it. Enjoy life while you are here. Don't overstrain to save. Don't put your money in investments which don't pay a dividend, but also don't invest in risky places that seem too good to be true. What each person calls their necessary expenses will always grow to match your income unless you resist that urge. Don't confuse your necessary expenses with your desires. A man's wealth is not in the coins in the purse, it is in his income. Ensure a future income. Every person gets old. Make sure your income will continue without work. Buy life insurance Provide in advance for the protection of your family. Increase your ability to earn. Improve your skills as you perfect your craft. Your ability to earn more increases. The more we know, the more we earn. The person who seeks to know more of their craft is capable of earning more. You can't arrive at the fullest measure of success until you crush the spirit of procrastination within you. Now, the five laws of gold. Number one, gold comes easily and in increasing quantity to the person who saves at least one tenth of their earnings. Number two, gold labors diligently and multiplies for the person who finds it profitable employment. Number three, gold clings to the protection of the person who invests their gold with wise people. Number four, gold slips away from the person who invests gold into purposes through which they are not familiar. Number five, gold flees the person who tries to force it into impossible earnings. If you desire to help your friend, don't do so in a way that brings their burdens onto you. There are many ways to help people. You don't have to choose the ways that restrict your time, money, energy, or the ability to care for yourself. The wise lender always has a guarantee of repayment should the investment go poorly. Above all, you should desire safety for your money. Better a little caution than a great regret. Protect yourself with insurance. You can't afford to be unprotected. Don't live beyond your means. No man respects himself if he doesn't repay his debts. The soul of a free man looks at the world as a series of problems to be solved. Meanwhile, the soul of the slave whines, what can I do? Where the determination is, a way can be found. If you are in debt, live on 70% of what you make. Save 10% for yourself. Use the remaining 20% to repay your debts. Stick with the plan. Money accrues surprisingly quickly, and debts are gone fast with discipline and consistency. Work attracts friends who admire your industriousness. Work attracts money and opportunity. Hard work is the best friend I ever had. This was the summary from the book. I hope you'll like it. Thank you.